On Friday, October 24th, Kathryn Bigelow's new nuclear thriller, A House of Dynamite, finally dropped on Netflix. And let me tell you, it didn't take long for this movie to blow up, quickly climbing to the top of Netflix's top 10. As viewers grapple with the terrifying possibility of a nuclear strike, this film is guaranteed to spark serious conversation. But there's one element that's really getting people talking: the ending. And yeah, it's pretty ambiguous, which might have left some viewers frustrated. So what's the deal with that ending? Well, the film's writer, veteran NBC journalist Noah Oppenheim, gave us some exclusive insights into why they chose to leave things so open-ended. And according to him, any other ending would have let the audience off the hook. Now, let's talk about the movie itself. It stars Rebecca Ferguson as a White House Situation Room official and Idris Elba as the U.S. president. The plot follows the same frantic 18 minutes from 3 different perspectives as various officials scramble to handle an incoming strike from an unknown source. Oppenheim explained that this approach was planned from the very beginning. The explanation is straightforward, he said. A missile fired from the Pacific Theater takes around 18 minutes to reach the United States. That means the president, his generals, and the entire national security apparatus have just 18 minutes to figure out what's happening, who's responsible, and how to respond. Will there be more missiles? What do we do? It's an impossible amount of time to make any kind of decision, let alone one that affects the destiny of all mankind, Oppenheim added. So we wanted the audience to feel firsthand how brief 18 minutes really is. That's why we decided to show it in real time from start to finish. But here's the twist. Unlike the actual decision makers, the audience gets to see those 18 minutes unfold from multiple perspectives. First, from the people who initially learn about the threat, then the generals, and finally the president himself, the only one with the power to make the final call. So, have you seen the movie? Want to understand what happens in those final scenes? Let's break down the ending. What choice does the president make? If you've watched the movie, and I'm assuming you have if you're still here, you know that A House of Dynamite ends on a deliberately ambiguous note. The film freezes before the bomb hits Chicago and before the president decides on a retaliatory response. We watch the same 18-minute window from 3 different viewpoints, but we never get the resolution. In the movie's final moments, we see senior officials entering a self-sufficient bunker as the president weighs 2 options, presented by Lieutenant Commander Robert Reeves, played by Jonah Hauer-King. But here's the thing. We never find out what he decides. We don't know if the situation escalates further after that initial strike. Instead, the ending leaves it up to us. We're meant to draw our own conclusions about what the president chooses to do. Why does A House of Dynamite end on a cliffhanger? So why did they choose to leave us hanging? Writer Noah Oppenheim and director Kathryn Bigelow addressed this exact question in an exclusive interview. We chose the ending we did because Kathryn and I both believed that any other ending would let the audience off the hook, Oppenheim explained. We don't want to present the public with a nice and tidy resolution. He continued, any ending where the world is saved or destroyed allows people to walk out of the experience and say, okay, well, that's that. It ended that way, it's over, and I can go back to my everyday life. But I think we're trying to invite the audience to lean into a conversation about the world in which we live, not just the specific scenario in this movie, he added. Because no matter what those people decide, we still live in a world with thousands of nuclear weapons, many of which are on a hair trigger. And that's true whether we leave the theater or switch off the TV. The real question is, do we want to live in that world? And that's a conversation all of us should be having. Jason Clarke, who plays a senior Situation Room officer in the movie, thinks the cliffhanger does a fantastic job of putting the weight on the audience. This film, which is what Kathryn does extraordinarily, I think, doesn't leave it with the movie, he said. It leaves it with the audience. I very rarely felt a piece that just leaves it with you like this, he continued. What are your thoughts about it? We made it, regardless of what we think. Here it is. And it's not only a mental sensation either, it's breathtaking. The reaction has been simply amazing thus far. Rebecca Ferguson also shared her thoughts on the conversations surrounding the film and its ending. I believe there is a point of reference for global events. It's quite relevant. There's a comparison, she explained. I believe there's an underlying reality about the startling number of nuclear warheads that exist. One of the main issues, in my opinion, is that people are unaware that one person holds all the authority, she added. A nuclear war can be started by one person, and when it does, it hits hard. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.